On the warm summer night of June 2nd, 2011, a vibrant 20-year-old college student, Lauren Spierer, vanished into the shadows of Bloomington, Indiana. That night, like many others, she was out with friends, enjoying her freedom, youth, and the excitement of university life. But what should have been an ordinary night turned into a nightmare. One that has haunted her family, her community, and the investigators who still search for answers. Lauren Spierer, a name that now evokes sadness and mystery, was last seen walking alone, barefoot, on an empty street just blocks away from her apartment. And then, as if swallowed by the night, she disappeared. No one saw where she went. No one heard her cries for help. It was as if she simply vanished. More than a decade has passed since Lauren's disappearance. Yet the details of that fateful night remain as foggy as they were in the early hours of June 3rd. Despite countless searches, interviews, and widespread media coverage, no trace of Lauren has ever been found tonight. We're diving deep into the haunting story of Lauren Spierer's last known hours. What really happened? What theories have surfaced? And why does her case remain unsolved, frozen in time? The evening began innocently enough. Lauren, a fashion major at Indiana University, headed out to Kilroy's Sports Bar, a popular hangout for college students, around midnight. Like many 20-year-olds, she wasn't worried about much, especially not her safety. She was with friends, and Bloomington, though lively with students, wasn't a place that evoked fear. To be why the early hours of June 3rd, Lauren had left Kilroy's. What should have been a short walk home turned into a journey into the unknown. She was seen leaving the bar barefoot, her shoes left behind in the sand-covered floor of Kilroy's, a strange detail that has puzzled many. From there, she visited a friend's apartment, Corey Rossman, where things took a darker turn. Rossman had reportedly been in an altercation earlier in the night, which led to him being punched. According to him, the punch caused a loss of memory of the evening's events. Convenient or coincidence? Lauren stayed at Rossman's apartment briefly, but soon after, she left again, barefoot and alone. Surveillance cameras captured her walking into the night, heading toward her apartment just a few blocks away. It would be the last time she was seen alive. As the hours ticked by, Lauren's friends grew concerned. Calls and texts went unanswered. By the next day, panic had set in. Her family, who lived in New York, were contacted and immediately traveled to Indiana, desperate to find their daughter. What followed was an exhaustive search. Hundreds of volunteers combed the area, diving into the murky waters of nearby lakes, sweeping through fields, forests, and abandoned buildings. The Bloomington Police Department launched an extensive investigation, retracing Lauren's steps through surveillance footage, interviews, and tip lines. But despite these efforts, there were no major breakthroughs. It was as if Lauren had been swallowed by the earth itself. Questions began swirling. Who was with Lauren that night? Why did she leave alone? And most chillingly, could someone have harmed her? In the years that followed, countless theories have emerged, but none have been proven. One theory suggests that Lauren was the victim of foul play by someone she knew. The last people to see her, Corey Rossman and his roommate, have been scrutinized repeatedly. Could one of them have harmed her and covered it up? Others believe Lauren may have been abducted. Bloomington, though a college town, isn't immune to danger. In the darkness of early morning, could a predator have seized the opportunity? One of the more haunting theories involves Lauren's state of intoxication. By all accounts, she had been drinking heavily that night. Some speculate that she may have had a medical emergency, perhaps an overdose or a fall. But if that's the case, why hasn't her body been found? Could someone have panicked and hidden her remains to avoid legal consequences? There's also the theory of an accident, one in which Lauren was hit by a car while walking barefoot, and the driver, in a panic, disposed of her body. It sounds far-fetched, but in a case with so few clues, every possibility must be considered. Despite these theories, one painful truth remains. We still don't know what happened to Lauren Spierer, the young woman who was so full of life, just beginning her future, vanished without a trace. For Lauren's family, the agony is endless. Every day without answers is a day trapped in uncertainty. Her parents, Robert and Charlene Spierer, have been vocal about their frustrations with the investigation. They have spent years pleading for anyone with information to come forward, offering rewards, holding on to hope that one day the silence will break and they will learn the truth about their daughter's fate. But as the years pass, hope becomes harder to hold on to. The disappearance of Lauren Spierer has left a permanent scar on the community of Bloomington and on everyone who followed her case. How can a young woman, surrounded by friends in a well-lit college town, simply vanish? In a world where we are constantly surveilled, where our every move is tracked by cameras, phones, and digital footprints, it's chilling to think that someone can disappear without a trace. And yet, it happens. Lauren Spierer's case remains one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries of the last decade. A reminder that even in our modern world, danger still lurks in the shadows. What happened to Lauren Spierer that night? Did someone close to her know more than they're letting on? Was she the victim of a tragic accident? Or did something far more sinister occur? The truth may still be out there, waiting to be uncovered. But for now, the disappearance of Lauren Spierer remains an unsolved enigma, a case shrouded in darkness, leaving behind only questions, heartache, and fear. Where is Lauren Spierer?